Hi everyone, it's Zach with Palantir Research. Palantir continues to double down on AIP bootcamps, and we'll be conducting a few of them down this week down in Houston, Texas at the CERA Week event, as well as some Palantir and associates speaking about them. So first, what is this and what's the opportunity for Palantir? Well, it's an event focused on multi-dimensional energy transition, but taking into account the complexities around the markets, climate, technology, and geopolitics as well. So all the big names will be there, and this is across the world too, so multi-country. Essentially, it's just another place for big players to get together that are actually working on these issues and problems and a way for them to show it off. And this year's event is out in Houston, so Palantir wanted to note that they'll be running AIP bootcamps there throughout the whole week. So I'll monitor to see if we get any releases on the news or speaking, or if any videos get out about this. And while at the event, there are a couple speakers from Palantir or even Palantir related, so not necessarily direct. And the refreshing part about this is that these are newer faces for me and for what I've covered before. So we're getting a fresh take out onto the market for those representing Palantir. So first we've got Matthew Babin, who is the global head of energy and natural resources at Palantir. Then we also got Wes Field, who is a senior architect. But then the most notable to me is then we've got Patrick Fitzgerald. He's the Agora project lead by Palantir, but Agora is a supply chain emissions data platform developed by them. And they've got this whole trailer in the background that I'm also playing, but it's, at least in my opinion, the perfect kind of showcase for Palantir for this type of event focused on energy transition. So the big eye catcher is really on the emissions tracking. So the two, meaning that the event and the platform itself, they go hand in hand to talk about here and make sense. Then kind of on the opposite side of the spectrum of Karp's CNBC interview last week, where Alex Karp himself brought up the fact some employees left due to their stance on the Israel-Hamas conflict, but they've also just recently been honored to win the Early Talent Award for helping interns and new grads launch their careers. So maybe from a fresh workforce perspective, Palantir is still doing okay here and getting their stuff here to increase their footprint around getting and gathering developing talent. So we'll see if this reputation of obtaining the best engineers is still going to be a driver for them and then be an innovation for Palantir's products. And putting this out here really quick, just trying my best to track the Palantir news while I'm out in Porto, Portugal right now, and that's after drinking for St. Paddy's Day out in Dublin. So just a heads up if I'm a bit slower this week on my video uploads for my typical news coverage during the US market time zones, but I appreciate all your support here waiting out for these uploads. But let me know your thoughts below on the news, and I'll see you in the next video.